So we are making sweet potato cupcakes today, and these are our ingredients that we need just for the cupcake portion of it. And then later on we are going to make a really awesome cream cheese frosting to go on the cupcake. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we are going to crack 3 eggs in here. Oops. Got a shell. Okay, to this we're going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. So this is a 1/2 cup measuring. We're going to make 24 cupcakes. Then we're going to mix this until it's really nice and fluffy. Start off slow. Okay, so in the meantime, while our KitchenAid stand mixer is mixing or beating our eggs and sugar, we're going to go ahead and mix our dry ingredients together, which is going to be 2¼ cups of all-purpose flour. So that's just your regular flour. 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, 3¼ teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon plus 1/8 teaspoon of fine sea salt, 3/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon and 1/8 teaspoon of ground ginger. And I do find that that adds a really good flavor to it. So if you have it, put it in there. And then if you don't, that's okay too. And then we're going to just mix this up really good. And then we're going to go ahead and add this into our wet mixture. So we're going to go ahead and add in our other ingredients. So we're going to add in our vanilla here. So it's 1½ teaspoons of vanilla. This is a 3/4 teaspoon. Just I can't find my 1/2 teaspoon measuring spoon. Stir it. And then here's my home canned sweet potato. Now this is a quart size of my sweet potato. If you just buy it at the store, you can just cook up some sweet potatoes and put 1½ cups of mashed sweet potatoes in here. Alright, so I'm just going to incorporate that in there. Now we're going to slowly add in our flour mixture. Just make sure I got all the bottom parts of it. So I oiled up these muffin pans. I'm not going to line it with cupcake liners because you'll see when I go to frost them why I do it that way. Okay, I already went ahead and I preheated the oven to 350 before I started. I like to preheat my ovens about 15-20 minutes before I put anything in it so it will cook better and the temperature is where it's supposed to be at. So we're going to fill these about 3/4 full. Alrighty. Give it a little shake. And then I'm going to throw these in the oven between 20 and 25 minutes. But mine are usually done in 20 minutes. Here's our sweet potato cupcakes. And then we're just going to let it sit in here for a few minutes, and then I'm going to put it on a cooling rack. Okay, so for cupcake frosting, I'm going to make a cream cheese frosting. I don't have powdered sugar in the house, so I just make it in the blender. It's 1 cup of granulated sugar. I'm just going to powder that up. So I think that's about a half a cup of powdered sugar. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to Google that. Okay, so for the cream cheese frosting, we need 8 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/3 cup of salted butter, and then the powdered sugar that we made earlier, and then 3/4 cups of vanilla. A hack that I saw online was this was in the refrigerator, so I want to get it down to room temperature. So you just get warm water, not hot, and just stick it in there for about 10 minutes, and then you will get your softened butter, your cream cheese. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this whole packet. And what I like to do first is mix my cream cheese and my butter together. Then it's a 1/3 cup. Which is, I believe, it's right here. I know most recipes say don't use salted butter, but I use salted butter for everything. For my cookies, for my cakes. Alright, so let's get this. Move this over here. And then we're going to need 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add my sugar in here. Right. And then because I don't want all that powder to go everywhere, I mean, it's gonna go no matter what. But I just get a towel, place it over, and try not to make so much of a mess. Alright, so most of that's incorporated, so. Alright, and there is is our frosting. You guys are gonna love this because it's not so super sweet. It's just, I think it's just the right amount of sweetness. Here's our cream cheese frosting. And then we are going to wait until the cupcakes cool and then we'll put it together. Okay, so these have cooled, our sweet potato muffins. So what I do is I just separate it. And then this is about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit under. And then there we go. Nice and clean and easy to eat. So this was a last minute thing. I asked my husband, since he's working locally, if he wanted me to bring some sweet potato muffin in for his coworkers. And he said sure. So we're just gonna go ahead and do these. This recipe makes 2 dozen and it is absolutely delicious. Alright, so I'll finish this and then we'll do a taste test. Alright guys, so here is our cupcake, sweet potato cupcake. Super easy to make and it's almost Thanksgiving time, so you guys should absolutely make this and let's try it. It's so good, so good. So please make it and let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time. I don't know what I'm gonna make again, but we'll see you next time. Bye.